Tail pads can serve two main purposes. They help secure and lock your back foot in place, and when applied in the correct position, can also indicate where your back foot should be to get the most amount of response from your board. Tail pads generally come in 1, 2 and 3-piece configurations, and there are many distinguishing features that set each one apart. The groove refers to the textured pattern in the EVA foam. The arch is the form zone in the middle of the pad. The kick is the raised ridge at the back of the pad, and then there are other features such as perforations that can add another element of grip. Now, there's no set rule for choosing a tail pad, it's basically personal preference, but it's always a good idea to consider the width of your tail and also the tightness of the groove. For this exercise, we're going to use a 3-piece pad. Before applying any new tail pad, you first need to make sure the deck of the board is clean. If you're replacing an old pad, you can remove any excess glue residue using mineral turpentine and then use an alcohol or spirit-based solution to final prep the surface. Using the stringer or center line is the best way to apply the pads symmetrically. For boards without stringers, use a ruler and pencil to locate and mark the middle of the board and draw a line just a little bit longer than the pad itself. Next, lay the pad on the board to get the layout right. It's best to align the middle of the pad between the side and center fin. This is where you get the maximum amount of control and response from your board. Make a series of small location marks once it's in the desired position. Starting with the middle piece, peel off the adhesive paper, center it on the line and apply it to the board, starting from the kick and then work forward. Apply downward pressure evenly to work out any bubbles and pay particular attention around the arch bar. Then apply the sides in the same way, using your marks as a guide. Be sure the pieces are spread evenly apart and enough so that your toes and heel remain on the pad when your foot is positioned in the center. Apply a little extra pressure around the edges and that's it, you're ready to go. As a final tip, if your pad starts to lose its grip, you can gently rub the surface with some sandpaper to renew the texture of the EVA, or many of the pros like to give the pad a light rub with wax.